So we are on day 3. Let me put this up here of poetry, and hopefully you're getting a little bit more of a flavor of it. Here's our directions for today, the things that we're going to be doing. And the main idea of today is we're making the observations about the text and the illustrations, and we're adding on to our genre chart. And we're also really paying special attention to figurative language. So let's activate our learning. Let's go straight into viewing the video, Casey at the Bat, looking for those characteristics of poetry. And when you're doing this, I want you to be mindful of that as you're watching the video. Well, you can watch it more than once. Watch it a couple times, maybe 3 times, get all the time in the world. So I would do that, and I would be writing down in my chart, my genre chart that I'm making, observations. I would look at the illustrations first. So I'd probably watch that once, just looking at the illustrations and write some observations. You don't have to write a ton, but just some. And then the other thing I would do is after I do that, I would watch it again. And this time look at the text while, as you're doing this, and write some observations. So those are your characteristics of poetry. That's what we're noting there. After you've done that, you could watch it a third time, and then you could look for examples of figurative language. And you're like, well, I don't remember what figurative language is. No worries. We have a chart for that. And it is on the question for today. So that way, if you go there and you click on that chart is just for you to reference, and it has the different figurative language on there, and see if you can find any examples of it. So once you've done that, you will read and explore the rest. The remainder means the rest of Casey at the Bat. You're looking for specific examples of it. So that's something to keep in the back of your mind, because the very first thing that you're going to do is you're going to see, what's the illustrations look like? So when you read the rest of it, look for the illustrations. See what can you write about that? And these are just bullet points, right? Just keep it short, because you're using it all on the same document. And if you run out of room on that document, print another one and keep it going. Or you can, do it in a notebook, like I said. So it's totally up to you. You are the master of your ship, master and commander. So you look for you're looking for illustration observations, 1 or 2 for that. And then you're also going to look for the text observations, how it's written. And then finally, think about this, that of these characteristics, there's a lot of examples of figurative language that describe when he goes to bat, when it's his turn to bat. So think about that, okay? And then we go to review and reflect. So review, you need to reread stanzas 1 through 15. In stanza 1, the speaker says, Cooney died at first. Did he really die? In stanza 15, he says, Blake tore the cover off the ball. And I'm imagining in my head him doing that, going, like, I don't know if that's what they really mean. Those are actually both examples of a hyperbole. It looks like hyperbole, but it's hyperbole. And I want you to think about, this is what the questions are for today that people are like, I don't know what you mean by that. It's on this slide right here. What do these phrases mean? Cooney died at first. What does it mean? Blake tore the cover off the ball. Okay, that's the first question. The second question is, why did the author choose them? Why did he choose, or she choose, to use that in specific? So you need to record that in your writer's notebook, but then also put it, I just want to see what you've written, because I can't see your writer's notebook. I am at a disadvantage when it comes to that. So that, my friends, is all there is for that. Once you've done that, then there is a Google slide presentation you can check out about poetry and structure, and it will be helpful, I think, in doing that. And you might even want to, if you're like at a loss, you're like, I don't know what to write. Well, then maybe go to this first and then go and do that. But I will tell you that somebody asked in the Zoom that you hopefully watched, is that there's like, well, where's writing at? Well, we're combining, Miss Etheridge and I are combining reading and writing. So that way we get the most bang for our buck, and we can help you out, because reading and writing go hand in hand. So we thought, well, why not? So if you're wondering what's going on with it, that's the answer. Now you know the behind the scenes details on that. That's why I'm asking, although it's in the writer's notebook, Miss Etheridge will see that. And so I thought, well, I'm going to ask that just because I want to see what your thoughts are on this. Does that make sense? Capiche? All right, my loves. Make it a great day.